Hello everyone, this is Mind of a Gentleman, and tonight I will be giving you my recap of episodes 2 and 3 of House of the Dragon. Episode 2 takes place 6 months after the first episode, so Queen Aemma has died in childbirth, and Viserys has named his daughter Rhaenyra as heir to the Iron Throne. So now, Prince Daemon has stolen a dragon egg from the Dragon Keepers and taken it back to Dragonstone. And he sends a letter to his brother the king requesting that he come to Dragonstone for his wedding to his love, Mysaria. However, the Hand of the King, Otto Hightower, basically sees this as Daemon's attempt at a reconciliation, and he gives the excuse that Daemon is too unpredictable and asks him to handle it with the new Knight of the Kingsguard, Sir Criston Cole, and Rhaenyra also gets involved with this as well. When Otto and the Kingsguard arrive and confront Daemon, Rhaenyra also arrives on her dragon and confronts him and convinces him to hand over the egg back to her. And she basically proves that he is more than capable of handling situations that her father isn't comfortable with handling. And also, there are also marriage proposals to the king, especially from his Master of Ships, Corlys Velaryon. He wants him to marry his daughter, Laena, but Viserys doesn't like the idea because she's so young. She's 12 years old, and his bonding with Alice and basically creates a bond between the two of them, and he announces to the small council that he intends to wed Alicent. And as you would expect, Corlys is not a happy man about this at all. So what he does is he basically goes to Daemon and he says, "Listen, we've been looked over far too often. But on the stepstones with these pirates wreaking havoc, this is your chance to prove yourself." So they go to the stepstones and they start waging a war on the pirates. And then for episode 3, we jump forward 2.5, 3 years later. Viserys and Alicent have had a son that they named Aegon, but Viserys still intends to keep Rhaenyra as heir apparent to the Iron Throne, and he's also aware that Rhaenyra needs to get married, but Rhaenyra is vehemently opposed to this because she wants to live her own life and have a say in what she does. And she even says to her father, "Listen, you would have married Laena Velaryon if it had presented you with an advantage." And he basically admits to her that, yes, she has a point. And you see with Daemon as well, where he's basically losing the war in the Stepstones. So with Vaemon, Corlys' brother, and his son Laenor. Laenor also has a dragon named Sea Smoke, who we ultimately get to see in action at the end of the episode. Daemon basically goes on a suicide mission to draw out the crab feeder, and he basically kills the majority of the men, but he also gets shot. Now, the interesting thing here is that the thing with the Targaryens and their riders is they could quite possibly have a psychic link to each other. So when one gets hurt, the other feels it. So Caraxes, his dragon, basically feels him get shot, and in the words of Tyrion Lannister, he rains fire on them. And Corlys' son Laenor also gets his dragon's Sea Smoke involved and burns most of the men alive. And Daemon ends up killing the crab feeder in single combat inside one of the caves. On the hunt in the Kingswood that the king is on, Rhaenyra and Sir Criston Cole, her bodyguard, they're attacked by a boar outside of the camp, and they both end up killing it. And what I found really intriguing here is that Rhaenyra just kept stabbing the boar even though it was dead. I kind of feel that this could be a quick peek into the Targaryen hereditary insanity, because of the inbreeding that the Valyrians use to keep their bloodlines pure, some of their children were born either stillborn or insane. So I think that could actually be a look at Targaryen insanity. And this brings us to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed. Hit that like button and subscribe. And until the next time, cheerio.